The Ukrainian armed forces operation in Kursk region has prevented Russia from launching an offensive on Sumy. The Ukrainian president has said at a meeting of the Contact Group of Defense of Ukraine in the Ramstein format. Now it is necessary to make every effort to stop Russian aggression already this autumn, Volodymyr Zelenskyy said.
1 month since our army's operation began in the Kursk region of Russia. This is the borderland from which Putin was preparing to expand the war into Ukrainian territory. He was preparing to launch a new offensive against our city of Sumy, and we have turned the tables and are pushing the war into Russia through our counter-offensive.
After the start of the Ukrainian armed forces operation in the Kursk region, Putin remained silent for some time. This is a usual tactic for him. This was also the case during the so-called March on Moscow of the PMC Wagner fighters. Later, Putin called the operation of the Ukrainian armed forces a large-scale provocation. By the way, he still refers to the Ukrainian Defense Forces operation as a situation or, quote, well-known events. Experts, on the other hand, consider it Putin's most stunning failure. It has had a far greater impact on the mood in Russia than Prigozhin's mutiny in June 2023 and even than mobilization in September 2022.
Kursk operation is a much bigger blow, as it turns out, than mobilization. The mobilization, which was launched in the autumn of 2022, led to an outbreak of public anxiety. After the most acute moment, the hot phase of the mobilization was over. Everything quickly went back to normal. Out of sight, out of mind. Mothers, sisters, wives are worried, but not society. As for Kursk, everyone is concerned because it is a clear demonstration of Putin's failure to cope with power.
Analysts have repeatedly drawn attention to the Kremlin's sensitivity to ratings. The Ukrainian operation in Kursk region was a painful blow for the dictator and his entourage. Since the second half of August 2024, even Russia's state-run sociological services have shown a decline in Putin's credibility. According to the All-Russian Center for the Study of Public Opinion, his ratings had fallen to 73.5%. By August 30th, Putin's trust and approval rating had dropped several more points. Experts questioned the objectivity of the public opinion foundation surveys, but the trend is still obvious, analysts say.
Paradoxically, it is actually important for a dictator to be supported. If we look at how the Russian dictatorship has changed, we see how people have been pressurized, including those who just don't care. This is exactly the autocratic model. We do what we want, and you just don't pay attention and love us. This is a transition to dictatorship. That is why, of course, a dictator is sensitive to public support. Actually, this is why Russia so quickly wanted to start the exchange of those who were captured in the Kursk region. After all, it was the Russian representative who first came out to Ukrainians with a proposal to exchange prisoners. This shows that the Kremlin is worried.
Meanwhile, Putin, speaking about the Ukrainian armed forces operation in the Kursk region, did not say a word about the captured Russian military, and of course, he did not mention conscripts who, contrary to his numerous assurances, have been sent to fight against the Ukrainian armed forces. The operation in Kursk region has not changed the Kremlin dictator's thinking. Analysts at the U.S. Institute for the Study of War say he still believes that Russia can gradually subdue Ukraine by waging a war of exhaustion and hold out longer than Kyiv's partners. The reaction of Ukraine's allies contradicts these plans. NATO Secretary General said Ukraine has the right to self-defense, including pursuing military targets on Russian territory, and called for increased military assistance to Ukraine. Pentagon chief Lloyd Austin noted Ukraine is taking the initiative on the front and announced a new package of U.S. military aid totaling $250 million. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.